Now, the reason we're doing all these playthroughs again of this game is I was going through some of the art and some of the trailers and information the developers have released about the next upcoming Mass Effect. And again, and one of the art pieces they showed that the developers released was a collection of aliens in a bar, and it looked like it's the bar from the third Mass Effect. One of the characters in that artwork is the new alien race that was introduced in Andromeda. I found that pretty interesting and telling because that means that at some point between Andromeda and wherever this next game's going to be released, sometime in that window, the Andromeda galaxy, which was previously unreachable from the Milky Way galaxy, which is where Shepard's at some point they either come close enough where they're now having overlapping interactions, or technology has advanced dramatically where they're having overlapping interactions. So we're going to go through and actually include Andromeda in this now that that piece of artwork confirms that the alien race that was introduced there is going to be in the next Shepard game, because the next Shepard game is what they're advertising, because we have Liara returning, we have the N7 armor for Shepard being recovered, we have an N7 operative wearing Shepard's colors walking around in a trench coat. So the reality is we may be getting a Shepard clone, or a Shepard being brought back to life, or a Shepard descendant. I don't think it's going to be Shepard. The reason I don't think it's going to be Shepard is because 2 of the 3 endings in the Mass Effect 3 game, Shepard's dead at an atomic level. Like, the atoms are just gone, right? And the third one has the possibility of them surviving. However, Shepard's still human. And Andromeda, they're in the Andromeda galaxy, which they had to go into cryo hypersleep to get there because of how long it was going to take. And they have records of Shepard's actions through the first 3 games. So that means Andromeda takes place far in the future after the Shepard events. And Liara's 106 here. Liara's race lives to be about 1,000. So and Liara's the one sending the reports. So Liara's got to be alive. It's got to be far enough in the future where these things have already happened. And then if you have to travel that far for the Andromeda galaxy, and now there's crossover in the next game, that would mean that Shepard, living a natural human life length for what's established in Mass Effect, would already be long deceased from natural causes. But they're showing a person wearing Shepard's N7 colors. So I don't think it'll be Shepard. I think it'll be a descendant or a clone, something to that effect. But it is far enough in the future where Andromeda has crossover, and that makes Andromeda relevant and not just an offshoot anymore. Because up until that art piece was released, Andromeda was irrelevant to the overall Mass Effect storyline because it didn't connect anything. And they left it on a cliffhanger. They didn't release any DLC for it. So it was one of those, you could throw away that game and you wouldn't be missing anything from the story. But if there is crossover, that forces that game to come back into the fold and become relevant again.